Welcome back, folks, to another week of Unnecessary Roughness.
AK, are you drinking a beer on set? What is this, like TV-14, man? You gotta, come on, man.
Yeah, no, I am.
Get it together.
If you watch the Eagles-Cardinals game, like, this is totally legitimate. This totally is legitimate.
You know what?
Oh, there you go. Join me in my misery.
I am with you.
Join me.
I am with you as a Niner fan who saw us get demolished on the road against Minnesota. I understand. I understand where
Christian Ponder went off on you guys.
It's really embarrassing.
Who is Christian Ponder? Is what I want to know.
That's
what I really want to know.
Every Niner fan, we actually have an excuse though. We have a legitimate excuse.
What is that?
All the Niners players were waiting in line for iPhone 5s.
Oh,
we didn't have time to game plan.
On.
There are new apps, man. Like a new iOS coming out.
Oh,
like, come on.
Come on.
We don't have time
iPhone
to game
5s
plan against Minnesota.
Seriously, guys, who has iPhone 5s?
AK,
who even upgraded to iOS 6?
AK, are you really gonna give me about the Niners when literally the Eagles go to the desert in Arizona and get absolutely smoked, okay? I'm looking for excuses here. Was it the weather? Was it snake bites? Were you guys having policy discussions about immigration reform and like the election coming up? You didn't have time to like gameplay. What happened with Vic and the Eagles?
The Eagles got handled this week. For everyone who's an Eagles fan out there, you can feel my pain. Michael Vick has the most knockdowns in the NFL. He's been hit so many times. I honestly, as an Eagles fan, think that Michael Vick was better protected in jail than he was by his offensive line this week. Or even this year. It's been absurd. The Eagles have just been an abomination. Vick is getting crushed. I'd be surprised, honestly, Ravi, if Vick lasts past week 5 without, like, 6 broken ribs. Like, Hail Mary. Like, that would be amazing.
Eagles, the good thing for the Eagles is they got a good matchup next week, right? Who are they? Oh, is it the Super Bowl champions?
All right,
that's
the Giants.
Tough, right? The New York Football Giants.
But the one positive thing about the Giants, Ravi, is that literally, I think, half of the New York Giants are injured.
That's
so
true.
I guess that's
the
silver lining.
I don't know who shocked me more. Was it the TV show Homeland winning like 50 gazillion Emmys? Or Andre Brown, a guy who's been cut 7 times in the last year, running for 113 yards and 2 touchdowns against Carolina? I mean, these guys pull out superstars out of nowhere, the New York Football Giants.
So I've never seen an episode of Homeland. Fact.
Yes.
I also have never heard of Andre Brown.
Neither have I.
Fact.
I've never heard him play college football, arena football. Never heard of this guy.
Apparently, they also have a receiver named Ramsey Barden.
Yes.
Never heard of him. He sounds like a character on Downton Abbey. Ramsey Barden.
It's typical New York. Unless last year, for example, they found Victor Cruz at some salsa club in Spanish Harlem, and next thing you know, he's a Super Bowl champion. Okay, so for our next segment, it's going to be called Seeking Employment. And the reason why I created this segment is because unemployment rates are as high as they've ever been. We got an election coming up. And we're going to do our part to open up some job recs here in the NFL. So, like, AK, third week in the NFL, do we have any open jobs? I feel like a lot of injuries have happened. Like, what are the open recs we have right now?
That's kind of a ridiculous question. We have so many open recs right now. It's absurd how many open jobs.
Monster.com is just flowing with NFL recs right now.
LinkedIn doesn't even know what to do right now. But the number one job rec right now is the running back for the Buffalo Bills.
Yes.
They've lost Fred Jackson. They've lost C.J. Spiller.
Fantasy owners are in shambles right now with those two guys.
Myself included. But really, guys, the running back for the Buffalo Bills, we have a open posting right now, which you guys can see here.
On Craigslist,
Let's take a look at the job requirements and the preferred qualifications. Ravi, what's the number one job rec for the Bills?
Yeah, I'd say as a Bills running back, you got to be able to play with Ryan Fitzpatrick, a Harvard grad. He's basically the Goodwill Hunting of the NFL.
The other thing is, though, for all you applicants, is you have to be okay living in the middle of nowhere.
Buffalo,
New York, it's just like
really
literally
bad.
Just cold. There's nothing to do. I mean, no attractions.
The coolest part about living in Buffalo is seeing the Niagara Falls at night with the neon lights, and that's pretty sad.
that's really
bad. Unreal!
Dude, that was Packers ball. Dude.
Okay, so we did not want to talk about this today because, quite frankly, it wasn't in the agenda.
It's played out.
We just watched the Green Bay Packers Seattle Seahawks game, and I'm livid right now. I can't even contain myself. It's just I don't even know where to start with how I feel about this last game, and the replacement refs once again proving that they are more useless than a broken clock.
I'm surprised that a group of professionals can be this bad at one job. I actually think Ray Charles may have been the ref for the Green Bay Seattle game. I mean, it was ridiculous. So this has been another week of unnecessary roughness. My name is Akash Katari.
And my name is Ravi Dave. And join us next week where we will actually break down whether Pete Carroll is still going to convince us that was a simultaneous catch.
He won't.
Yeah, he might. He might.